What's up guys, this is Chris and today we're going to lower our car for only $100. So here's our not lowered Mustang. Obviously does not pass the shoe gap test. I want to measure it and see how much lower it is after I end up lowering it and putting in the $100 springs, which I'll talk about in just 1 second. So that's about 3.5. That's 8 inches and 3.5. I got these springs off eBay, and yes, they are used, and yes, they are cut. They're Steeda springs, which I'm okay with, as long as it's gonna lower my car a little bit and be safe. I know the ride is gonna be a lot stiffer, which is something that I am wanting, because Mustang is gonna be a drift car. For me, this is essentially how I'm going to build a budget drift car, and of course you can do the same. You could buy yourself $400 springs or do what I do and buy used and cheap, because we know that we're gonna upgrade it in the future. So it is what it is. This is what I'm using for now. And it's just so I can get my car lower and to be a bit more aggressive. These springs were off eBay. Bought them for 70 bucks plus shipping. I think shipping was about $30. While I'm back there, I'm also going to replace the quad shocks because they've been making noises and it's been pretty irritating. So I'm gonna replace these guys. And I'll list these in the description down below. They're not called quad shocks, they're called like steering angle shocks or something like that. And get new rear spring isolators. It's for these guys in the middle that go in the back. I highly recommend doing that. Let's go ahead and back that ass up. I'm going to go ahead and do the front end first. I'm going to do the passenger side, then the driver side. Then I'm going to do the back end. So what do we need to remove, you ask? We need to remove this. There's 2 bolts right here and right here. And we need to remove that bolt right there. This can stay because it's pretty loosey-goosey. Let's get some PB Blaster. I'm gonna lube that up too, so it can come out just a wee bit easier. Yep, that is a 10. It's so easy to lose this 10mm and the adapter. The adapter is a necessity. All right, so now we need to move this guy. That was pretty easy. Move this guy out of the way. That's what I wanted. Steedas are significantly shorter compared to the stock, and it's still going to compress a little. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the bottom where the spring sits and the top portion, and you should always clean out those spots whenever you change out the springs. Let's install the new to me springs. You want it lubricated. I've been touching my brake rotor with my greasy hands, so alcohol to clean it up. I'm going to do the driver's side now. just finished the front of the car. I'm now, well, probably tomorrow because I'm pretty tired. Tomorrow, I'm going to work on the back end and hopefully we will have a lowered car. I'm not sure what would happen if we don't. Pretty excited for it to be finished. I'm gonna go eat and I'll be back tomorrow. Well, next Wednesday. I'll be eating a couple times before I come back. Yeah. So as you just saw, I just put jack stands underneath the car, then put pressure on the diff itself so the springs will be compressed. Everything I'll be doing on the driver's side, I'll be doing the same thing at the same time on the passenger side, besides when I actually remove the springs. Let's go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna start removing the tires and taking off the shock and brake line on both sides. Now, I'm going to PB blast everything. Getting the top of the spring and that nut right there. And don't forget, 15 on the back, 10 right there, a 10 on the brake line, 18 on top of the quad shock. Real quick, the reason I'm replacing the quad shocks is because I've been hearing a lot of clanking noises and I'm pretty sure that's it. So if you check this out, see all that movement? Too much movement. So I have all the bolts taken off on this side and the opposite side. So now we just need to lower the diff and these springs should come right out. This isn't fully able to come out yet, so I'm gonna put some of the jack tension on the opposite side. You gotta put the jack all the way on the other side so you can see that gives me a bit more leeway here. Just a heads up, this extension is a lifesaver if you're taking out the transmission, because you need this guy to go on top of the transmission and you need it to take out the bolt on the starter. It's already coming off a little bit, which is good. Ta-da! Here's the old isolator. Obviously, it's been through a tough time. Sad to see it go. So, out with the old and in with the new, and I guess newish. With this spring, it feels like a boat. And but talk about this quad shock. So you know these are bad, so you push it in that easy. That's way too easy. This one, I had to press on the floor to really get it going. So that's how you know if these are bad, because they're way too easy to compress and if you hear them clanking. So we're back on this side. And before we install the new, to me, springs, you should clean where the isolators sit. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And you'll also wanna keep in mind that, see this bottom point? You want it both pointing in at the same direction. So exactly down the middle. So right now, the bottom of the spring is not sitting right, but it will sit right as you jack up the suspension. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the next side and be back installing everything else. Both springs are now in. Now we need to install the rest of the stuff. So let's do it. And if you're looking at my jank job here, ignore it. All right, so in order to get this shock back into its place, you want to jack up the suspension just a little bit until it's touching again. Then you can put in the bolts. So now I got that in. So from the old cross shock, the little metal sleeve on there got stuck. So I need to remove that somehow. The tire. All right guys, I'm gonna lower the car, the moment of truth. Almost forgot. That just looks so much better. Let's do some measuring. That's about 1.5 in the back, 1.5 in the front, and 6. That's awesome. That's exactly what I was wanting. Lower your car for $100. But yeah, this is Chris at AutoMotivate. Always appreciate one another, and I'll see you next time.